So Representative Perry continues to refuse to meet with us. We're constituents of the Pennsylvania 10th Congressional District. We originally wanted to meet on June 24th, and about a day before that, they reached out to us, told us no one would be available in the office. So we decided to reach back out, try to set up another date for this, where we could actually sit down, meet, and discuss with either Representative Perry or members of his office. We gave them 5 different dates, and after multiple emails, phone calls, and using the online form through Representative Perry's website, we never heard back. So we needed to come back here and make sure that we were able to deliver these report cards to Representative Perry so he knows what he's done wrong and how he can improve. So today we went up and we delivered 85 report cards from constituents of the Pennsylvania 10th Congressional District. As we look through this, it's just a little astounding how a representative will not meet with educators in this district. I'm Jimbo Lamb. I'm president-elect of the Southern Region of the Pennsylvania State Education Association. As we go through this, I represent over 18,000 educators in the Southern Region, including all of the educators here in Pennsylvania 10th Congressional District. We just want to discuss education issues with the representative or someone in his office. We want to make sure that they are aware of what the issues are and what it actually sounds like when things occur. And they just won't meet with us. If they're not going to meet with us, they can't hear our concerns. And this is going along with everything we've seen from Representative Perry over the years, where he won't hold an in-person town hall either. He's ignoring his constituents and not listening to the concerns of an increasingly diverse district here in Pennsylvania 10th District. So the report cards were delivered because we want to make sure that we actually give him information as to where he's gone wrong and how he can improve, just like we actually do with all of our students in our classrooms, giving them that information saying, hey, here's where you are now, here's how you can improve, and if you're not going to improve, we've got to do something different and move on from there. So here's some of the issues that we've dealt with. We know that Representative Perry supports the elimination of the U.S. Department of Education. He supports vouchers, and he does not represent the Pennsylvania 10th District. He just does whatever President Trump tells him to do. He voted recently to approve the House Reconciliation Bill, which, as we take a look at this, it's going to take over $20 billion out of public education and send it to vouchers over the next 4 years. We have seen that vouchers have actually bankrupted states like Arizona. And we saw that a majority of the people who are now taking advantage of those vouchers in Arizona were already in private schools. It's not helping out any of our public schools, and it's just taking money away. And now they want to do that across the country. There's a huge majority of Pennsylvanians who are against vouchers. We've seen it time and time again that vouchers are not going to help our students and our schools. We also know that the reconciliation bill is going to remove $1 trillion from Medicaid over the next decade. It takes a huge funding source away from our schools. It's going to force districts to raise taxes and cut programs like gifted education. It's going to fire paraprofessionals, and it's going to eliminate mental health services that our students desperately need. $186 billion is going to be taken from SNAP over the next decade. It's going to leave students and their families hungry. And we all know that students can't learn if they're hungry. We need to make sure that our students are fed so they can actually learn while they're in front of us in our classrooms. Here in Pennsylvania's 10th District, there are over 53,000 children who are actually enrolled in Medicaid and the CHIP program. That's 29% of our students here in the 10th District that need these services. And of course, if we take that away, they lose their health care, and if students aren't healthy, they're not in schools, and again, they're not learning. Schools are going to miss out on funding for speech and occupational therapy. They're going to miss out on mental health services. Transportation will be cut, and specialized equipment will not be attained for the students that need it. Children will be set back years when they miss out on developmental screenings, when they miss out on early interventions and evaluations to help us identify the services that those students need so they can thrive in our schools and when they graduate and move on into the workforce. We know that rural and low-income families are going to be devastated as they are the ones who are most impacted by these services. And if they lose them, those families are going to need other ways to get some help, or they are going to lose out in the long run. We also saw that earlier last week that President Trump is withholding billions of dollars that has already been allocated to schools. Here in Pennsylvania, that's over $230 million that our schools are not getting as we move into a new school year. This means that it's hurting our districts and our school boards and our administrators who are trying to plan for the upcoming school year. They're losing out money for things that they could actually use for reading and math support. It's going to affect after-school programs, professional development, and in the long term, it's going to balloon our class sizes. And that's not good for our students either. It's time for checks and balances. It's time to listen to all constituents, whether they voted or not, and to do what is right for Pennsylvania. And if Scott Perry won't do that, it's time for new representation.